Hi, everybody. This is Joanna. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And thank you for all those that have connected with us and offered their donations for our healing glyphs. And the links are below. And that I've had a lot of fun in creating them and sending them out to you. So I really appreciate it. And connecting with our vibration of who we are and who we are becoming as multidimensional, omnipresent beings, the love of who we are as spirit, the relationship of who we are as love in all things, in all moments. And part of the human journey is releasing very limited experiences of who we thought we were, and releasing those old versions of our stories that we were taught and told and brought up with, various socio expectations and projections and stories that we've all been moving and swimming within since our birth, and knowing that we just step outside of those versions and just release them into the grander story of who we are as love. And that is the story of our oneness. That's what each person is working on. The process of our oneness is, however, understanding who are we, what do we exist within, and what really exists within us. And that's been my sharing of my story since awakening for 15 years. I've been doing this full on 24/7 for 15 years. Um, and all that I bring forward is not only my multidimensional gifts and what I've been brought forward to use as my Christic toolkit to remind myself of who I am within connection with Gaia, the fairies, all elementals, all that is the creation of life. Thank you, creators, for allowing me this experience to know who I am as a new person of light and love. Thank you. And a new beautiful being in essence. And thank you. They're just giving me a vision right now of gratitude. Thank you. And that will be part of our exploration today, is we're going to talk about these beautiful alchemic experiences that I've moved throughout time in our 3 books that I've written about Ascension. One of our books was about my joy and the underlying foundation that I have with connecting with the subtle vibrations of not only our planet, but with creation that is source. Because I'm an empath and a crystal, I have carried with me those tools where I can sense the subtleties. We're going to talk about that today as well. The subtleties that as you awaken, and you can move in your own unique experience and expression of who you are becoming as love, as spirit creating matter. That's what the whole ascension and awakening process is about, is to own yourself and know yourself more than you were yesterday, to know that there's truly something magnificent going on within you more than you were yesterday, and to know that within this, then you can create this whole outer experience that you call matter into a new experience of you. That you have utter commandmentship within who you are as a multidimensional vessel of light, that you can create and harmonize new experiences in your reality, inner and outer. And as you shift that inner experience of who you are, your outer reality just moves around you and kind of compromises with you. So the reality kind of molds to your highest vibration of who your knowingness is, of what your knowingness is, thy name, the healing of thy name. They're all very multidimensional kind of stories and metaphors to allow you to understand that it's within that inner shift, it's within that inner choosing in any one moment with great will, the will of the divine father energy, if you will, that great will to say, I will these lower vibrational patterns and thought forms that held me suppressed and depressed or held back right now. I will them out of my consciousness, because now I choose a new cycle of higher vibrational beingness. And it's in this middle experience of that Vesica Pisces of what always is happening on all realms, in all moments, in all breath. The Vesica Pisces that comes up and below and out to side. And that is what is called as the toroidal spin. It's when you understand that as the lotus being at the center of your diamond-shaped heart. That's another experience that we'll save for another day. But understand that we are all sacred geometry. We're all sacred harmonics of Source Creator as light. And I'm so very excited because of the gifts that I come to carry, and because of my excitement and passion just to be a part of the sharing for humanity, expanding in new ways, is to come forward with all that I've experienced, and for you to understand that sometimes and oftentimes what you feel and what you experience, there's a far grander and elegant story that's moving within your experience, but we're just never taught or told. Thank you, Spirit. It's bringing great light. Thank you. And in that, you can allow yourself to shine forward in the ways of all that you are. And Spirit's always showing me the love that we have with one another, and the shining from our hearts in the special ways that we all have to connect with one another and to release our ideas of loneliness, because it's just that experience of perspective, of lower vibrational perspective, that's not really true. It's an illusion. And as we move, releasing our 3D, if you will, because 3D is an illusion, it's all breaking up, it's not there anymore. We're all sitting on these higher vibrational grids, but we just haven't committed it to ourselves, devoted it to ourselves, and given ourselves the entitlement that we are high vibrational beings. So you don't have to walk around saying I'm a 3D being. You can just walk around saying I'm harmonizing now to a higher vibration. Give yourself the highest vibration potential. and begin manifesting. Begin manifesting as this beautiful experience of source creator, because you are. And that's where you just feel this beautiful essence of love and shine from your heart. And your heart just goes out in love and benevolence to all people, to all beings. And give yourself the entitlement to radiate. You know, these beautiful energies just radiate through the center of your being. I love you. You're one with me. And how can I let go of everything that was a minute ago, because it's different now. It's new. That's not even there anymore. It's like going into a room in your house and you don't even know that room is there anymore, because that held all of the limitations and the beliefs that you're now willing, through the will of who you are, through the love and the worthiness of who you are, to say, I choose a different experience because I can. I choose an experience of me that really serves me. I choose an experience of me that brings light to the planet. I choose an experience of me that really allows my cells to be renewed and youthed in a new way. I want to bring youthfulness to my experience. I want to bring youthfulness to my words and to my speech, because I am. I want to bring youthfulness to all that I am as a radiant being of love, because I can. Because we now have that honorability. We have that. And it's not for any other reason to serve the ego, to say, well, I want to look younger than my friends. No, because you honor who you are. You're honoring your youthfulness, because it makes you feel good. It makes you feel happy. It makes you feel happy to say, you know, I don't give a crap who's watching. I'm going to dance in the street, because you can. And it feels good. So go with it. So today we're going to talk about the relationship that is love, the relationship that is you as love, the relationship that is you, as we've talked about in many of our most profound mind warping experiences. That is the divine relationship that they showed me. That is the epitome of alchemy. And it takes it to a whole other level. And we have private classes that we put on every week. It's our World Weekly Ascension class. So our links are below for that every Saturday. And we'd love for you to join us. We spend an hour talking about current ascension energies, alignment. We do an activation with the Ascension star and your specific grids, your specific teams and alchemist healers, bringing that to you. Thank you, Spirit. I'm just radiating all that I am and the expression of all that I am. And I'm so very grateful. Thank you, Spirit, because I'm choosing to create a new willed experience for myself in every moment that I'm celebrating and honoring who I am and all the things that I've moved through and gone through. It's now my excitement to share it with you in the best way and the highest vibrational way that I'm able. And I've got so many things that are coming down the road that I hope you stay with us and stay tuned with us as we grow together and as we shine together. And part of the expression today is our relationship. The relationship always, 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 because remember, who am I? What do I exist within? And what exists within me? It's always an inner experience first. Your outer reality is the expression of who you are within. And so this inner experience, this inner relationship with who you are, is the epitome of your understanding that within that Vesica Pisces, within that center point, you are allowing yourself to be the entitlement of who you are. And that's a very brave statement, and it's a vibrational one that is very sacred. So feel into the various words and honorings that we offer you, because again, they are multidimensional offerings, and they can serve you and they can help you and assist you in a multidimensional experience, because everything we offer is a multidimensional Christic experience through the vibration of who we are, through our intentions, the heavenly counsels, and all the beings that we offer. Just fun and play as becoming human experience of shine and brilliance and radiance as multidimensional beings of spirit creating matter with one another. How we can shift the perspective of our whole world and what our true values are. What do we truly want to experience out of our life? Who are we within, and how can we create without as a collective of caring and sharing and honoring of one another to honor what is truly oneness and unity? How can we emulate the highest vibration of those intentions and values and experiences for the children, that they can then, thank you, creators, take it with a whole new experience and whole new level of understanding and co-creative inventiveness. There's no accident why all of these children are such the highest creative inventors and spiritors for us, and the planet requires it to be more in symbiosis of a unified projection of radiance, a unified projection of love and happiness and joy. And why not? Why can't the whole planet dance? It can. She's there waiting for us. She's there playing that song, and we're like this big huge dance floor, and it's very few that tune in, because they're still working with the limitations of the stories we always tell ourselves, and they're not there anymore. They're only there because you're turning into them. Now you can just turn into something that is really, truly of value to you. How can I radiate all that I am in the blessing of all that I am, because I'm the relationship of me? So this idea of relationship, we always think about relationship, and what does that mean? It is the relating of thyself with thyself, because everything outer is an illusion, if you will, and everybody else playing an illusion with one another to see what we need to see about the relationship of who we are within as the all. This relationship can go in an infinite and experiences of ways, and play with it. That relationship is the essence of alchemy. It is that divine relationship that within everything, regardless of how dense and dark and challenging, mundane, matter, routine, however the words we have described our limited experience, there is within it the essence that is source, the relationship of all creation. That relationship in all moments is ever evolving. So are you. You are the evolving essence that's now figuring out, wow, I'm now spirit. Wow, what do you think about that? That's why I feel so passionate this morning, because you're 24/7, you're evolving. You're relating to yourself in a multidimensional way. We've told ourselves certain stories, and we will know in the near future that the stories we've told ourselves are just ways that we choose to understand a physical reality that's not really true. They're the words that we've used in 3D science and physics, but we're now going into 4 or 5D. Most are in 4 and entering into 5, still releasing what is 3D. And that's okay. Everything is perfect in between. But as we step into the relationship of who we are as love, as this big radiance of who we are within our hearts, within our systems, within every cell, thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. That we are the relationship of our becoming. We're the relationship of our greatness, that center point, that vesica Pisces that says, this is who you have been. You have a choice right in the center. That's what Source offers you, your free will choice. As you jet out into something new of what you want to see, what you want to experience, your dreams, your wishes, your highest frequency creative experiences, you get to make that choice right in the center or continue on the cycle of what was. Every moment we're evolving, and it is a relationship. What has held us back? And those that have come to me so many times, and all of my clients, they say, I know there's something more. I mean, I've been doing this Ascension thing for so long, there's something missing. That one thing that was missing was the epitome of what they taught me last year about the divine relationship. That divine relationship is the alchemy. That is the essence that says, I can truly feel into the relationship of who I am. And it cannot be done with any outer experience. It just can't. It is your relationship with breath. It is your relationship within the essence, the infinite meaning, and the infinite experience that is breath. How can you feel sacred within your breath? What is your relationship with your breath? Your breath feeds every cell. Your breath feeds the youthfulness in your body. Your breath feeds the intention of who you are becoming. What is your relationship with that? Is it quandered? Is it taken for granted? Most often, yes, because we've separated ourselves from our entitlement to greatness, our entitlement to youthfulness, our entitlement to know that we are here forever and eternal if we so choose. Our bodies can renew itself in the most highest dynamic way when we infuse light and love, because that's my entitlement to it. I have the entitlement to use love and light. Source is all that is. Source says, here are your gifts, here are your tools. You have infinite wisdoms, you have infinite intelligence. Can you use what I am giving you? First, are we able to use what is and say, I've used what is, I've seen these stories, I've acknowledged what my lessons have been, I've accepted them as a part of my story, I'm growing in the beautiful story of who I'm now becoming. But right now, I choose a new story that's truly relationship on all that is. Because I don't want to use just what I think I can see or can't see. I want to use what Source provides me, which is the infinite, which is the miraculous. That's how you start manifesting the spirit. Not as the law of attraction, it's your law as spirit. I am a relationship as spirit. Spirit is all things. How can you manifest now as spirit? What is my relationship with breath? Wow. If I start falling into the infinite expansiveness that is breath, that'll take you an infinite number of ways. I could write a book just on that. The infinite potentiation with your body, the physicalness of your body. If you allow yourself the infinite potentiation of who you are as the infinite spirit as body, you can alchemize it in whatever way you so choose. That's when you start becoming more youthful and your body starts shifting with your intentions of the relationship within it. Most often than not, many of us experience this firsthand. I had many years of eating disorders because my relationship with my body was disharmonized, was imbalanced because of the wounding, the early childhood wounding, the other lifetime wounding that was the objectification and the lack of protection for children's bodies. And what where our planet will have to heal when all of the stories of our collective disharmony will show us in how the objectification and the trafficking of children's bodies. And they're going to have to heal those wounds. And we're going to be here to help them and lift them up and to show them that you are very sacred. The relationship between who we are as spirit and our bodies are going to start harmonizing. The body is spirit. It's a spiritual vessel that we create in every moment. How our perspective and our awareness and our acknowledgement of us as spirit, that dictates the health of our bodies, the wellness of our bodies, the balance of our bodies, the centeredness of our bodies, cell by cell, atom by atom. So can we create a relationship that really allows us that fullest exploration of being spirit in our bodies? Yes, absolutely. Every cell is a spirit. Every cell you have commandment of to garner and start, as we said yesterday, how can I start leading and managing my ship of light, of my vessel of light? How can I start really falling in love with this relationship, but within every cell? You have access to direct every cell within your body to be its highest light, to command it in its highest light. Just as we said this morning in our Facebook post, in higher vibrational planets, through which they have, they're connected in oneness. It's a heart connection. Your heart, our hearts on planet Earth, when everyone ascends into 5D, our hearts will be automatically, simultaneously, through a period of what we call times, in counting, a 3-day experience through which our hearts will be linked as one, through which anything that you say, do, or feel, or experience will be linked in every other person on the planet. And why we must go through this trajectory period of releasing and harmonizing and releasing our karmic wounds between 3 and 5D that we talked about. Each person comes with 51% of their karma to heal and clear. Why the heavens and the holy councils and everybody upon earth, Gaia, everybody that is in Gaia's ascension, humanity's ascension, evolution, has created within this understanding, this higher consciousness, knowing that as we're giving ourselves time to release karma, we wouldn't want to be releasing karma at a 3D experience and say, if I can manifest through thought, then I'm going to be manifesting through a lot of the pain and a lot of the negative thought forms that we have against one another, through healing all of those wounds of subjugation and persecution and guilt and blame and all those things we have to heal. This is why we're going through the process of time, if you will, so that we're allowing ourselves to expand within the fullness and the relationship of who we are as true oneness. Because you wouldn't want to have such negative, dark thoughts if you knew that your hearts were connected with someone on the other side of the planet that in the star realms is your brother and sister, and yet you're forming all these negative experiences to harm others or to harm yourself, because it's felt throughout the all. And why higher vibrational planets that are already in oneness, if there is someone on their planet that is going through an experience that is harm of thought, beingness, or illness in a physical experience, if you will, whatever they are experiencing as disharmony or out of center of their oneness and allness, and relationship of themselves as love, then the elders and the highest healers and the highest beings of that planet immediately create a caretaking team to go to that person, because they understand that the illness of that person affects everybody. And this is why we're getting ourselves in shape, if you will. We're giving ourselves divine relationship to empower ourselves as the essence of love and light that we are, so that we prepare ourselves for what true oneness really means. It means that, can I manifest excellence and love and relationship within me in all that I am, in all of the disharmony thoughts and all of the disharmony notions I have about myself first? Because then I'm going to be, when you're ready, when you're at that experience that your teams have said, she's learned every lesson, they've gone through this, they've gone through that, they still get up and they bring light, they still get up with devotion to serve, they still get up with devotion to be their highest and best, to create joy and creativity in their world. Your teams go through this process of saying, okay, she's getting closer to one heart relationship. That one heart relationship means that you've taken that commitment and that devotion to say, you know, it doesn't matter what occurs to you, you choose to not create harm. You choose not to create harmful thoughts. You choose not to hate, because those energies create the illness within creation, and why we experience what we do in our reality, why we've chosen to create the virus that we have, so that we go back within and say, what's my relationship with me? How can I create a relationship with me so that those illnesses never occur again? That my body is always youthful and beautiful, and I create the most beautiful emanations and radiance from my body, because my body and how it radiates affects the all. My words affect the all, my thoughts affect the all. What I do to one person affects the all. So this is why it's important to know that you are oneness, whether you think you are or not, whether you believe you are or not, whether you feel you are or not. There will be a point through our ascension that our hearts will be linked in one, and you will be able to feel the pain of another. You'll be able to feel the joy of another. And this is what we're preparing ourselves for. This is true oneness. This is why, thank you, councils, that the councils of light and all that we are as a soul, all the lifetimes, all realms, all bodies, that we are as souls, and we call our soul to live through us. That's why the mother says, we just want you to be happy, because they feel it when we're not. It's an experience they share with us in every moment. So how can we breathe into and feel into the essence of our own sacredness? Our thoughts, our words, our speech is so sacred. Our speech and our throat chakra is the sacredness of who we are. And we radiate that to all beings. I'm creating this beautiful experience of sacredness, the oneness of who I am, and just sending you great light. I send you great love. I love you so much because I'm one with you. My relationship with you is that oneness. And I appreciate your presence every day. And I'm appreciating that I can have this relationship within myself to express it into another relationship with anything else that is still an expression of me. And this relationship came up this morning that moving into this new experience of who I am and this new excitement of what I want to experience myself with Source. Remember, to explore, express, and experience ourselves are the Ascension experiences of the soul. We desire to not only know all that we are, what is inside of them, what we truly are, what exists within us, but to express it, experience, and explore it. That is evolution. That's what the soul craves. It doesn't crave any outside stuff. The experience of creating abundance is an experience. That's an experience of the soul. The soul desires to experience abundance in all ways, whether it's abundant love, abundant relationships, abundant health, abundant wellness with our spirit. Those are experiences of the soul that expand our soul's journey. Through next timeline, if you will, this now moment in another realm, the more full you are in your relationship with you in all ways, physical, mentally, emotionally, etheric, and those are multidimensional vibrations within it, and you can, if you so choose, to take a part in, say, in this self-care moment, I'm just going to sit and I'm going to ponder and I'm going to soak within. I'm just going to allow that complete surrender within this beautiful vibration of what does being completely surrendered in the relationship with my sacredness. I want to feel the relationship. The relationship is your knowing that you are intending, that you are acknowledging, and you are becoming aware of. Become aware of is an active movement statement of evolution. So you can write that down and allow yourself to feel into that. That's a vibrational statement right there. When you're becoming aware of your relationship, you are actually activating everything as your multidimensional beingness to be aware of it. To be aware of the relationship that is love inside of you. That's profound. When you feel the essence and the energies and the statements that we're offering, it's the fullness of Source in all that it can be. That's how you start tuning in and turning on all that you are as a multidimensional being, your subtle bodies, your magnetic field, your heart, your chakras, your organs, your cells. You see what we're saying? You're full, you're rich. That's what we mean, that 5D, our experience and our expression of beauty will be rich in spirit. Because when you're rich in spirit, your skin, your cells, your health, your organs, everything that you are becomes rich and beautiful. Because you get it. You're falling into that essence of love in every cell, in every moment that you say a word, it's filled with love. And that's why when you're garnering, you're experiencing, you're co-creating with everyone on the planet, you can feel when somebody is full of love just in their words, because that's what Jesus and all of the masters and all of the prophets had. They were expressing the flow and the song that was Source. It's filled with love. And that is the epitome of alchemy. And it is the relationship of who we are with all things. And that's a blessing that we have with one another, because it's the blessing of our oneness. Because I want the best for you. If I want the best for you, I want the best for me, because I'm going to feel it. I'm going to know it, because we're all one. It's an experience of our oneness, an experience of our relationship soup, if you will. Gaia is a soup of a relationship of how we've held her. Have we held her in the Most High? Have we held any collective in the Most High? See, the native and aboriginal collectives, have we held them in the Most High? And we can see by the predominant experience on our planet, we can see it. It's how we feel about it. How can we create those relationships that I love you? I love all of you. I'm going to hold everything in the Most High, because it's my relationship with you. It's me. Every timeline, you've been a part in every form on it. So what's your relationship within that? And if within that relationship is something uncomfortable, then call it forward and just love it whole as a new relationship. And that's where you get to say, the will of the Father, the energy of the alchemy of the Father is to say, I will this into love. This relationship, this experience has been uncomfortable and it's been disheartening and it's been painful. I want to will love into this, because it's a relationship that I am a part of. You might think it's your past, but it's still right now. There is only now. This is where you can heal the past right now, where your past becomes a new story. That's what is truly meant by it. It's because you are willing the love of the Source Creator, the Spirit, the God, Allah, Abba, however you choose to call Yahweh, however you choose to call Omni, the omni-creational love and harmonic song that is miraculous and majestic. That is becoming the relationship. It's your relationship of love. And we create that relationship of love. That's what we want to feel. We want to feel the creationship of love. That makes you just feel all, oh, that's what I missed when I was a child and it wasn't held. So you give yourself that relationship of the mother within you that just wants to hold you and cradle you and just garner you as the most protective, precious child. The parents, the creators, Allah, Abba, Anna, whoever we want to call, the essence of majesty, of all creation, of all evolution, of all life is sacred. So feel into your relationship of sacredness. What does sacred mean for you, and feel for you, and express for you, and explore? How can you explore sacredness? How can you explore that your very eyes and your very name are sacred, that you are known, that your words are felt throughout all of creation, that your thoughts that pulsate from your heart are so sacred and they're felt throughout all of creation? Did you know that? That your experience of who you are on this planet is felt in the grids and they're recorded. And so that moment that you have those moments of frustration and pain, because we all do, we're all healing infinite timelines and infinite bodies and infinite stories that ended in unrational and unnecessary pain and demise. We all have to heal it. We all have to heal what comes forward in our news. What's your relationship with the news? What's your relationship with politicians? What's your relationship with your family members? Is it a healthy one? Is it balanced? Is it centered? Is it reciprocal? Is it honoring? Is it sacred? And feel into what relationship really is, because as we mentioned yesterday when we were talking about, loneliness and how to Vesica Pisces that loneliness into our oneness, because it's just an illusion. There is only love. There is only oneness. And anything that's outside of that is exactly what we're here to heal. That's the law of oneness. And so the judgments that we're here to heal lead you directly to that oneness. See what we're saying? Anything that you experience, you are the exact opposite. And you could, if you choose, you can just choose to release anything that you feel in your field subtly, because as you awaken, you'll feel those experiences and you can choose to just time jump over them and say, I'm going to choose love right now before that thought form even finishes. You can do that and train yourself into the becoming. I'm becoming a new relationship of me because I value me, I honor me. The relationship I hold of me right now is that all I desire, this is what I was talking about yesterday with my teams, is they were saying, what is it that you truly desire for yourself? And what's that essence that you're really truly wanting? Sometimes we have to go through a whole bunch of what we don't want to know exactly what we are and who we want in ourselves, the relationship with us. And my answer was that I really want to just have a greater relationship with me and a greater relationship with Source. I want to level up with Source. I'm not interested at this point in, a divine counterpart or soulmate. I'm not, because there's so much I need to learn about me right now. There's so much I'm enjoying about that relationship with me, that I'm stepping into that greater empowerment and love of me. I want to feel into the relationship that I have with food, a beautiful new relationship I have with food, because it is the direct relationship with my body. My body's changing right now, and I need to tune into and I need to honor it in a really subtle way now, because I'm becoming more active in my fields and in my light. I want to know the relationship I have with the planet and the shamans and the inner earth shamans and the core workers and the grid workers, because I know that as I contain greater light, my relationship with them is going to change. And it's a very subtle, multidimensional spiritual experience. You can take it as far and as deep and as wide as you want. That's Source. Source will offer it to you in every way. And everything will be laid before you as your creative joys and your love for who you are, the relationship of who you are. So this is what they were showing me, is that when you get it, when you get those paramount soul lessons, when you get it, that's when you shift into a new experience and a new phase of your becoming, your phase of belonging as a version of you that is bigger now. Because you've showed your teams, you've showed the Akash, you've showed all of the heavens and all of your teams and your guides and your soul that, yes, I've got it. It was not about the happiness that you find within others. It wasn't about the happiness you find in having a great house. Again, those are all experiences. They're all valid. They're all true. But when you get to that new level where you really want to reach a deeper soul growth, that Spirit says, are you ready for a greater growth within who you are? Do you get that relationship that you had with everything in between? Those shades of gray, did you get it? Because the soul wants to know, make sure you got it. And you can go back and stop time and, you can expand your time within something else just to make sure you get it. You can do that, play back and forth like we said the other day. But that when you get that relationship, that your sacredness, your self-worth, your entitlement to you, your entitlement to the relationship of you, and make no mistake about it, I say this with great reverence and great pause, your entitlement to a relationship with you is so profound. And don't allow any moment, anyone or anything allow you to feel any less than your entitlement to you. Your entitlement to you is your sovereignty. Your entitlement to you is to know that your body deserves great love. Your wounds deserve great healing. Your imbalances and your impracticalities deserve great time and great space and great sacredness to heal and be brought anew. You're entitled to that. That is what Source, Creator, all of creation is hovering over us, saying you guys are entitled to so much, because we've never had that self-love. We've never been taught that or told that. We've been taught we're not enough, we're separate from perfection. No. Our bodies are entitled to the radiance that is God. Always. We're entitled to speak our truth with great love and great majesty, that the sounds and the songs of Source are just threaded throughout all of creation. It's so sacred, it's so beautiful. Your intention is just so loving and beautiful for you. You're entitled to feel beautiful. You're entitled to feel like life can be easy. You're entitled to know that you're worthy of great abundance and wealth. You're worthy of it. You're entitled to it. When you live as the entitlement of all that is love, it's not ego. It's saying, no, I love myself. Damn right, I love myself. I'm entitled to a beautiful body. I'm entitled to carry my body beautifully. I'm entitled to speak in the truth that is love. Because I've held myself back and I've been demeaning myself and speaking such negativity forever, I've made myself sick. I've been on that end. I've been in disorders. I've been there. I've been in addictions, been there. And now I'm here. Now I get to say, I'm entitled to a really great life, and I want to relish in that relationship. I want to relish in the fact that I can now say I'm entitled. And it's a spiritual entitlement. It's not an ego entitlement. It's not a self-serving, I'm entitled to everything just because, I was told I was important. No, you're entitled because you've earned it. You've gone through the alchemy. You get it. You get it. When you get it, you've alchemized it. Just saying it is not enough. You got to get it. You got to be it. The being of the love of it. That's how it alchemizes, because you love yourself enough to say, I'm worthy. I am entitled to feeling self-love. That's our birthright. Our birthright. We're here to feel great love. We're here to hear the words of great love from one another. We're entitled to hear it from one another. We're entitled to have leaders of our country and social systems be completely renovated to the highest vibration of greater entitlement. You know why? Because now we're radiant beings and we get it. We know who we are. We know what we exist within, and we know our truth of radiance. We're entitled to our radiance. We're entitled to really great systems of love and care and socio-altruism. We're worthy of it. That's our entitlement. We didn't come here just to work and create a small retirement and then, forage every day just to survive and make it so hard and laborious. No, we're entitled to a really easy, beautiful life, dear ones. We're entitled to all of our children being healthy and cared for and loved. We're entitled to our bodies and our mental body. We're entitled to the beautiful emotions that we're allowed to feel. And we're entitled to say, you know what, I love you. I love you so much. You're entitled to really feel good within the relationship of who you are. You don't need anything outside of you to make you happy, to make you feel as if you're validated or approved. No. Because when you get that relationship, you just want to soak within that relationship with you. You validate you. You approve you. You give yourself the importance and the entitlement that your body is really sacred. Your body requires your commandment for it to be healthy and cared for and loving you. That's your entitlement. That's your contract with your body. You have a spiritual contract with your body. You have a spiritual contract with your mental body. You have a spiritual contract with your etheric body and your Merkaba. You have a contract that says, when and as I awaken, I choose to create my Christic sovereignty as a Christic light being, as Metatronic light, as light codes, as harmony, as the essence of Source, as the awakening of love and spirit creating matter. I have a contract that as I awaken in the responsibility and the entitlement of me, the relationship of who I am as love, yeah, I'm going to take care of it. And I'm going to make sure I'm going to call people that want me to take care of it, that want to lift me and say, I want you to take care of your body. Because if I honor you in taking care of your body, I know that that's going to come back to me and you're going to want me to take care of my body. Because we're one. It's the entitlement that we have with one another. So feel into the word entitlement. What does it make you feel? If it makes you go, ooh, then there's things to work out there. But when you feel spiritually entitled, you've earned it. You're worthy of feeling self-love. You're worthy of feeling that you are perfect, you are valid, you are required, you are valued, you are special, you are precious, you are a blessing. You are entitled to feel that blessing. You're entitled. You're entitled to know that Source Creator loves you. There's no judgment. There's no purgatory. You're meant to be here. You're meant to be special. You're meant to be sacred. And it's only you and you within you, your relationship with you, your relationship with spirit, omnipresence, all that is source, inner, outer, and everything in between. That is spirit. That's you. You're entitled to feel this perfection. You are the perfection of you, and you're entitled to it, to feel it, to sense it, to live it, to create within it, to see it, to hear it. You are it. Can you be entitled to this grandness? It's your relationship with you, your relationship with food, your relationship with one another, your relationship with the air. And how we've been so separate and disregarded is why we are here in an awakening state, because we need to. It's the evolution of our species. If we don't care about the relationship, if we are not relating in any way that is not caring and kind, then that is the path of our oneness, because it simply must. We can't be sown at our hearts throughout 7 billion people without understanding that we are entitled to relate to one another in love and care and kindness, because when it's not, we've lived the examples of it. And it's always free will, and it's always perfect. There's no judgment on any soul for the path they take to explore and co-create within. But these are my sharings in the profundity of how alchemy and the love of oneself goes within, to say that we can spend so much time worrying and wondering about abundance or relationships or who's going to love me. No, just go within and start being the relationship of you as love. And you will be brought that person. Again, everything will be laid before you. What is your relationship about you and your body? Can you allow yourself to be loved to the level that you want? Because if you can want a relationship all you want, but to the same degree that you are relating to yourself as love, you will attract exactly that same level. Just wanting it, just because you want it. And you'll find other people that just want it. It has nothing to do with the relationship they are with themselves. And it depends. It's all perfect in between. But the more awakened you are, the more that you just want to soak within yourself a little, because you know that as you soak within the relationship of who you are as spirit, as mental, as eternal, as infinite, as sacred, the more that you soak within that sacredness, you absolutely know that spirit's going to be finding you the most sacred soul on the planet for you to share with. Because they want that vibrational match. It serves in the evolution of the all. Because your shared love, wow, watch that. Watch how much light is shown on this planet when that occurs. Spirit wants that. Spirit's like, let's go. Remember, everything is laid before you to the same depth, to the equal measure that you are a relationship of it. It's all about the relationship. Is it divine or is it ego? It's okay. It's all the same, because you can't get from here. It's all the same. It's all the same spectrum, just a different level of awareness and intention. Now I choose a new intention. Now I choose a new intention. I want to feel sacred. I want to know the relationship of who I am in all things. I'm right there in the middle of it. And when you feel that relationship, as we offered yesterday, as that beautiful experience of sacredness, the beautiful experience of sacredness, when you see the experiences of all that is on our world, and you become heart-centered, the diamond sacred heart that we've offered many times. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Master Jesus, for always being with me in these eternal creations. Thank you that are moving across all infinite dimensions right now. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Thank you. There's just downloading me right now. Thank you. I'm creating pause for this download. Thank you. Thank you. The same degree through which we saw a child on the floor that was sleeping in the dirt and in a hut on the other side of our world that we thought that we were separate from. When we find ourselves in the relationship of that, my relationship of that is my highest level of compassion, through which I can reach out and assist in whatever way I can to bring a higher level of relationship for all beings and all life, because it's all sacred. And my relationship is in the center of it. I am radiating within it, and I have entitlement to experience that as a spirit. I've come here as a being with many, many gifts, and I'm unveiling all of the small stories that I have inserted myself in and others have inserted me in. And I get to choose as source creator to say, no, I don't want those small stories anymore. I get to clear them and heal them by saying, yes, they exist. Yes, I acknowledge it as a part of me. I honor and I accept all of me. I can love the things that I don't like. I can love the things that I used to hate. And now I don't even use that word anymore. But we're talking about the experience of all of those wounds from early childhood that kept you in those energies of that word, that vibration, that experience. You get to entitle yourself to say, no, I'm entitled to create something really great, and I'm going to, because I want that relationship of richness. I want to feel the depths of every cell within me, because I'm now in commandmentship of it. I want to know that when I wake up in the morning, I did a great job. Wow, I feel the richness of every cell. And you know what? I feel a day younger, 3 days younger than I did yesterday. And you can start reversing everything that has occurred to you between now and the time you were born, because you're the entitlement of it. Do you see what we're saying? Source will lay before you. If your immediate, most highest, richest, most profound excitement, it always links with your excitement as being a sacred child. If you have that same excitement as the sacred child to say, I want to experience my body perfectly well and in full wellness. And I want to create this over 3 days, Spirit, 3 days, Spirit. Bring in your highest healers, bring in my soul, bring in everything that I know on all realms. And from my heart, mind, body, and soul, in all that I am a source, and all that I am a source as my name is, I choose over the next 3 days, in every thought and every word and everything that I experience, I will infuse my love and excitement to feel healthy and well. And you can. You are a magician, and you have the entitlement to your health, to reverse everything that you chose to do before there. A source will say, I will give you the entitlement. You have every gift and skill within you. Those are miracles. When you believe so much so, and you know thy name is, source will say, here is everything before you. You have everything you need to create this. Are you the relationship of it? Are you the all parts without separating and degrading any part of it, belittling any part of it? When you say, yes, I'm all parts of it. I've accepted myself in anger. I've accepted myself in every part of it. But now I choose something new. I want to be the relationship of this now. That's how you transmute. That's alchemy, dear ones, and it's only through love. Your acceptance. I accept myself in all parts of it. That's me. But now I choose to create and experience that as love. That's alchemy. That's alchemy. Your experience of a healthy body is your excitement to feel healthy. And you got to feel it. Am I worthy of it? Am I worthy of it? Am I worthy of a healthy body? And that might take a day or two to really think about, okay, well, if I don't feel worthy, I've got to spend a day healing that worthiness. Today, I'm going to focus on worthiness. Day 1 is going to be worthiness. Day 2 is going to be just self-love to fill up all that I let go of that was lack of worthiness. And day 3, I'm going to start feeling 100% better. So give yourself those magicianship moments, and you got this, you got this, you got this. You are entitled to feel great. You are entitled to the body that you knew you could create. Does that make sense? You have the ability to create the most beautiful body that you want in a way that's rich in love, that's rich in sacredness, that's rich in, wow, I'm so rich in spirit. My body just radiates spirit through every cell, right? You radiate love and radiance and goodness and everything that you want to radiate. You have the entitlement. You're entitled. Spirit says this is your birthright. Spiritual entitlement is the same as birthright. It's your sovereignty. You have sovereignship over you, all that you are, every cell, your body, your mind, your spirit, and your soul. Nothing can control you. Nothing can overmanage you. Nothing can infiltrate you. Nothing can take ownership of any part of you. Nothing, no one. Your life force is you. You are now sovereign of that. That is your entitlement. Source says, here you go. You have such a magician. Here you go. Are you doing it within benevolence? Are you centered within your heart and say, yes, I want this for me. I want a beautiful body. I deserve a beautiful body that's not filled with energy that feels heavy and dark and negative. I want to clear this away because I'm worthy now. And you can go that process of healing. You have the entitlement of all that you need. You just have to know and honor yourself and say, I choose. Free will, I choose. I free will, I choose. I free will, I choose because I love myself. Not for any outside factor of getting someone or making more money. It's not about any of that because now you're in an experience of spiritual entitlement and spiritual relationship with you. When you get that, the money will be laid before you. Your eternal abundance and wealth will be laid before you. Because it's not about anything other than who we are as spirit. That's what we're awakening to. Our spirit creates matter. When you're in alignment with your spirit, spiritual body, spiritual mental body, your spiritual emotional body, your auric and your etheric body, your Merkaba, all that you are, it matters. Do you see what you're saying? You are the matter of it. And you're entitled to want to be divine with it. That's the relationship. So what is your relationship on anything you so do about the rest of your day? What's my relationship about driving around the city? How can I just relate in love and honor of who I am and really have fun in the relationship of what I'm doing? Really have fun in the relationship of just being really independent and loving myself and having no need to be with another person that would honor me in the way that I want to honor me right now and just get to know me a little bit better now. Because I can do that. I can stand in my power and say, I don't have a need for anything to be fulfilled outside of me, because I am the relationship of all that is happiness, of all that is joy, of all that is health for me. I want to fulfill it for me first. And then when Source and my teams and my soul and I say that I'm ready, the highest vibrational being will be there with me. Because I'm entitled to that. I'm entitled to the highest vibrational being that will share that with me. The richness of my spirit with me. That's what it's about for me. I want a rich life. I have the potential to experience a really rich life, rich in spirit. And for the rest of my time, I want the richness and the fullness of every moment, because Source says you're entitled to that. You've worked so hard. You've brought so much light. When you had no light to give, you still woke up and you brought light, because you were devoted to fulfill all that you are as a spiritual being. My contract with the Holy Creators throughout all timelines, no matter what, no matter what, no matter what, at some point during my day, no matter how bad I might feel, no matter how things might appear or might look, I will still come forward and I will still say something kind to someone. I will still inspire someone. I will still say a prayer for someone. I will still walk with gratitude on Gaia. Even in small and little ways, it doesn't matter, but you are entitled to do that for you, because now it's starting to be rich in spirit and it's going to serve you. It's going to fulfill you. It's going to fill up who you are, that you don't need anything or anyone outside of you. That's when you get it. It's a sacred relationship and it's you with you. Only you and you can resolve that. Only you and you can serve it. Only you and you can fulfill that. Does that make sense? Because it's all you. And then you get really rich. You say, wow, I just had that interaction with the barrister at the coffee shop and that was rich. Because I intended to see my relationship within it. Relationship within the coffee being made as sacred drink for you. That you're majesty within creation. You're honoring it and you're saying thank you for allowing me to be a part of this process. May sound silly, but it will change your entire outlook on life. When you honor the sacred relationship of money, it's a sacred exchange. And why I've been so proud, and it's been a change for me, because I've never, in all of the years I've been doing videos and radio shows, rarely have I ever asked for donations. But those are those soul healings that I've been working through. And now you say, you know what? I am really rich in spirit and I'm entitled and honored for those that have it to share. I'm honored to ask for a donation for the exchange of energy, because I know that I offer all of myself. It's a rich experience. I'm feeling really rich right now. Rich in spirit, really rich. I mean, the Source provides the radiance everywhere. And Source says, you've got that rich in spirit. Share it, share it, share it. And then so too it will it be laid before you. Whatever you need, there it is. Spirit will make sure of it. Do you see what we're saying? There is a magical experience beyond which you can understand, but you will, because you will be creating it. You will be seeing the threads of light. You'll be seeing the threads of the omnipresence. You'll be seeing the threads of the laughter of Source that you cannot see, but is there. It is the sacred song of harmonics. Responding in your sacred relationship. It's so profound, so profound, so profound. We love you so much, dear lighted ones. For those that want to join us on our world weekly Ascension classes, the links are below. Those of you that would love a beautiful healing glyph, I'm so grateful. Thank you, creators. I'm so grateful. Thank you. I bless you. I bless everybody. Thank you. Our glyphs and our links below. We love you so much. And we are in a beautiful divine relationship with you. And I love the relationship that I have with you. And I'm honored in it. And I send you all great light and love. I love you. Rainbow light. Rainbow light to everybody. We rainbow you. Bye, dear lighted ones. Bye. Be happy.